right, welcome to Chapter 3, Lesson 3B. So we're on the second half of Lesson 3. The first half, we wrote up our description of our program. We did our header files. I gave you a few notes. We declared our variables that we're going to use in our program. And then we did some prompts with CN statements. So we see out a prompt and then a CN statement with a variable for the user to respond. So we did several of those. We discussed the get line feature and how that you could use it to be able to actually get spaces on your input. And then we did little notes on that. And then we did a few more CN out statements. We'll come back to this processing section in a second. The next section I want you to worry about is the output section. I'd like you to take a few minutes and type this up and have this in your program. This is where you actually put output to the screen. So the user has already answered your questions, and now you'll put this, whatever's in quotes will be put on the screen, and then whatever values in the variable will be put on the screen. Not the variable, but whatever it's holding will be what's on the screen. Now at the end of your program, you always need a return 0 when you're in function main. So you have a return 0 semicolon, and that ends the program. It tells C++ we're finished, okay? All right, so once you put this in, I want you to do build, and you can't see that, but the very first item is build solution, and it's going to check for syntax errors, and as you can see at the bottom here, there are no errors. So then I'm going to go to debug and go down to start without debugging, and my program will start. Let's see if I can make this any larger font. Here we go. Let's make it like 28. Maybe that'll help you some. Enter a number, it says, so I'm going to enter 7. Enter the year you were born, 1970. Not true, but I just picked a number. 3.58. Your full name, Nan Harrell. First name Nan, last name Harrell. Middle initial N because I go by my middle name. And there, this is what we just added. All of this where it says my GPA is, had a colon in the value of that variable, what it was holding. So now you learned about how variables hold things and then how you could put it back onto the screen where the user can see it. Now what I want to do is close this screen, and I want to show you my processing. Processing means you do things to the data to change it, to alter it, and make it something else so that you can output that to the screen. But I'm going to remove this comment right here. I'm going to keep because that means nothing in programming. That's let me know this is the processing section. So I'm going to take these off, these comments, and now we're going to add 1 to the number that the user entered. Now this is also a title, assignment operator. We're using the equal sign, so it's assignment operator. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to show you something. Full name, remember we use get line to create full name? Well, this is another way that you could do that. And I'm going to go up here to our get line statement, and I'm going to comment that out. All that get line information. And now we'll be able to run it and still get full name to equal the same thing, because we're going to say full name equals F name plus a space plus L name. Now it says I'm missing a semicolon here. You see that expected semicolon? That's because I don't have it on this line, the line above. It does that sometimes. It'll tell you it's missing a semicolon at a certain location, but it just means that it looked at this as running as one statement because I didn't end my statement. All right, so I'm going to build it. See if I watch for errors. All right, 1 succeeded. We don't have any errors. So I'm going to debug it. Start without debugging. And let's see if I can move this screen so you can see a little better. Enter a number, 8. Enter the year, 1969. Enter the GPA, 3.49. Enter your first name, Nan. Enter your last name, Harold. Middle initial, N. Now, see, it says your name is full name. It still worked. It still did, Dan Harold, because what we did, we added first name and last name together. We used full name equals first name plus a space plus last name. So instead of using get line, I used this method. Okay, so I hope you learned some things. This is all there is for the second half of lesson 3, and practice makes perfect. Keep working at it.